Hey, welcome into Lunch Hour with Guff. I'm David Kaplan in for Guff. Hope you're all having a good day. I was trying to figure out all the technical stuff, and fortunately, the great Katie Langen had me all ready to go because for whatever reason, I could not find how to get in on StreamYard with my camera. My camera wasn't going in. So here we are. Let's rock and roll. Let's have some fun. And Katie's out trying to do Christmas shopping and run the lunch hour with KAP in for Guff. Guff will be
Not
back
successful
tomorrow.
Christmas shopping. So if anyone has any tips, let me know.
Yeah, it's called Amazon or online, Katie. That is the key.
Got it.
Yeah, because I married Jeff Bezos' ex-wife.
Yeah.
And every freaking day, there's 17 Amazon boxes here. It's absolute insanity.
I believe it. I believe it. All right, I'll be running the comments from backstage. See
All
ya.
right, let's rock and roll. I know that there is Kyle Slack, who's always with us, says the whole Michigan thing is crazy. Not surprised, though, with the countless scandals they've had in the past. Kyle, that is such an accurate statement. Do you realize just how scandal-ridden and awful the Michigan athletic department is? You have had an allegation against the team physician under Bo Schembechler way back, all the way to Jim Harbaugh with Connor Stallions, with this one, to there's another coach that was on the staff who's now going to trial for hacking into student athletes' women's phones. I mean, it's just unbelievable what they have tolerated up there at the University of Michigan. You know why? Because all they care about is winning. They do not care about operating with a high level of integrity. That's just a fact. All you have to do is look at the nonsense they've tolerated. I cannot believe that Ward Manuel, their athletic director, will be able to keep his job after this. So we'll see. It's all alleged until it's proven in a court of law. But guess what? Not good. Not good at all. Phil Simms, my guy, the real Phil Simms, says Suarez to the Braves. Thought the Cubs were in on him. He puts in caps. Yeah, they were in on him, Phil. Just like they were in on Devin Williams, who Bruce Levine, my friend, reported late yesterday afternoon that Devin Williams wanted to be a Cub. He wanted to pitch at Wrigley. And when they wouldn't match the dollars that he got somewhere else, that would be Mets, he decided that he is going to stay in New York, go from one side of the town to the other, even though he wanted to be a Cub. And then the Suarez bidding, I haven't heard yet if it got too rich for the Cubs. Devin Williams got 51. Suarez just got 45. Here's the theme for the season, says Nathan Cameron. The theme of the 2026 Cubs. We won the World Series once a decade ago. It is disgusting to see these guys come off the board. There's my guy Stanley, who is barking at one of our other dogs. I have 3, by the way. I know Guff is big on having the dog of the day. I got 3 dogs of the day. Stanley, stop barking. I'm doing a show here. Same with you, Maverick. I got Maverick, Stanley, and Sparky all here and all deciding they want to participate in this show today. But it is disgusting. Terry says, if our pitching staff was as good at swing and miss as this front office, we would have won the World Series last year. That is a great comment. Hold on one second. Stanley, knock it off. No. Let's go. You're going back outside. Whoa. Come on. We're in the middle of a show, and you're going outside. That is that. Let's go. Go. Thank you. See ya. That's how we do that, so you don't have to listen to all the barking. What else do we have? Who wants to talk about the moribund Chicago Cubs? That's what they are. Moribund is a perfect word. They're meh. That's it. Jess says Michigan's athletic director should resign if he hasn't or they haven't already. Look, it's all easy for all of us to say you should resign. Nobody's walking away from a multi-million-dollar job until they force them to walk away from a multi-million-dollar job. All I'm telling you is that if I was a parent of a recruit, I would not want to have the University of Michigan be on my son's list, period, because they have not shown you that they operate with a high level of integrity. It's an excellent school. It's an outstanding academic school. But does the university's athletic department and does the higher ups at Michigan operate with a high level of integrity? In my opinion, no. Crane Kenny said on Bruce Levine's show that the Cubs have the team right now to go to the World Series. And people still think they'll spend. I have a very good relationship with Crane. He's been nothing but first class for me to deal with. That said, I beg to differ with him. You do not have enough pitching in your bullpen. You do not have enough pitching in your rotation. And you certainly have an unproven offense with Owen Casey. Is he proven? Absolutely not. Moises Ballesteros, is he proven? Absolutely not. I love Pete Crow Armstrong. Are you convinced he's going to be another year of a 30-30 guy? I'm not. He's got to prove it. Ian Happ, nice player. Is he a superstar? Absolutely not. Matt Shaw, you're proven right there? Absolutely not. Dansby Swanson, he's a very solid veteran player who's a Gold Glove caliber shortstop, will hit you 20-plus home runs, and is he's okay offensively. Nico Horner, really good player. Michael Bush, really good player, has to prove he can hit lefties. Your catchers, Amaya, got to prove he can stay on the field. He was out multiple times last year with injury on the injured list. Carson Kelly, there's a reason he was on the scrap heap and available to be signed for $6 million, which is not a lot for a all-star level catcher. And that's how he played most of the year. Can he do it again? You got to prove it. So there's your position players. Imanaga might be your number 2 starter behind Cade Horton. And guess what? In the biggest game of your season, you said, we can't start that guy. So Craig Counsell can tell you all he wants, that we're in a good place and Shota's got a chip on his shoulder. Yeah, so do I. I have a chip on my shoulder too. I want to pitch in the big leagues. I never got that opportunity. I will get hammered. Until he proves it, why should I believe he's going to get it done? Why? Explain that to me. Justin Steele, he won't be back till at least July. So why should I believe he's coming off major arm surgery, second time in his career, and that he's going to be an ace? Jamison Tyone, like him a lot. Solid pitcher. Is he a star? Absolutely not. Jordan Wicks? Absolutely not. Who's your closer? Daniel Palencia? You mean the guy you moved out of the closer role and put him in the 5th inning in the playoffs? Stop yourself. You're not ready to win a World Series. Not even close. Clyde says, I remember the Bill Frieder, Steve Fisher firing, but they won the national championship back in 1989. Do you know who broke the story about Bill Frieder getting fired and Steve Fisher taking over on an interim basis before winning it and getting named the full-time coach? Can you tell me who in the media broke that story? Anybody know? We'll come back to that story because I have intimate knowledge on it. Let's see. We've got, hi, do you think that the Bulls will fire Billy Donovan? Absolutely not. They just extended him for big, big money. This isn't on Billy. This is on an absolutely awful roster with the single worst front office in the history of Chicago sports in my lifetime, and I've been around a long time. So, no. Pablo, Cap, I'll be at the O'Hare Hooters on the 6th to see you all. You're the new GM for the Bulls. What are the first 3 moves you make to restart this franchise? First thing I do is trade Kobe White. I am putting together as many deals as I can to get myself draft picks. I'm hanging on to Matas Bazelis. And beyond that, who do you really, really have to have that's on the roster? You're not re-signing Vooch. He's an expiring deal. I'm not giving max type money to Kobe White. Nice player. Max money? Stop yourself. So I am all in on trying to help contenders the rest of the way to get myself draft capital. I like Giddey. I'm going to build around Giddey and Matas Bazelis. Those are my 2 guys. And everybody else, Kevin Herter and Trey Jones, and you're not winning anything with those guys. So I will go, oh, Knicks, you need somebody? I want a draft pick. I want a draft pick. And I'm going to get myself in a position where I'm going to have draft capital then to make any trade that I want or to be able to go sign anybody I want because I don't have cap issues. That's where I'm at, period. Jess, hey, Cap, lunch hour prediction for Bears game on Sunday. Chicago Bears 27, Cleveland Browns 13. I think the Bears cover. I think the Bears win the football game. I think it'll be super cold. I think you'll see the Bears defense clamp down on Shedeur Sanders. And I think the Bears win the football game by running it and Caleb making some very, very key throws in key situations, and they win it by 14 points. That's where I have it. Hey, tell your friends we're here on the lunch hour. Guff is going to be back tomorrow, but come hang with me, and Katie's there, so come say hi and happy holidays. Let's see. Thomas says, after this weekend, the Bears will be third, second, or hopefully first in their division. What does that mean? After this weekend, the Bears will be third, second, or hopefully first. Let's just say they're going to be first. That Green Bay is going to lose to Denver, and that the Bears are going to beat Cleveland, and that they are going to be in good shape to get to the playoffs. I think you got to win 11 games. You've got 9 games right now. There's my son, Brett, who I'm having lunch with later today after I work out. Can the Bears in the first quarter get ahead? That's a great question, Brett, because you have got to start faster. We saw Caleb really struggle to be accurate early. We saw the running game not be very good early. And we saw the Bears really struggle offensively the whole first half. And then in the second half, they wore down the Green Bay defensive front. They wore down their linebackers, and they were able to get the run game going. 19-play drive, most of it on the ground, and then Caleb made some big-time throws in big-time spots. So very good question, Brett Kaplan, and I'll see you for lunch with your buddy Asher a little later. Eric says, hey, Cap, it's as simple as this. Wake up Sunday morning, grab a cup of coffee, and find a way to win a damn football game. Plain and simple, take that. Eric, you are a very smart man. That is how I always believed when I was going to do the Cubs for 25 seasons and when I was a college coach. Hey, what's going on today? I'm going to wake up, grab a cup of coffee, and try and find a way to win a game. That's it. That is absolutely the mantra, period. Jess, looking forward to seeing you, Guff, and Katie January 6th at the O'Hare Hooters, where we will hopefully look forward to a playoff run. Completely agree with you, Jess, because there's a strong chance an 11-win team in the NFC will not get in the playoffs. 11-win team might not get in. And that would be a big problem. You could go in, if you don't take care of business to the degree you need to, you could be playing that last game, could get flexed to Sunday night football. And guess what? Sunday night football could be the Bears and the Lions, with the winner going to the playoffs and the loser going home. So we'll see. It's going to be really, really interesting to see how this whole thing shakes out. Anyway, what else do we have, Katie? We've got somebody wants to know about Hobie Milner. I'm looking up his stats right now for everybody. Hobie Milner just signed with the Cubs, but again, is he a great addition? I would beg to differ. He's okay. Why are we not getting the top of the shelf guys? Tell me why we are not getting the top shelf guys. Hobie Milner now is 34. He'll be 35 coming up. He pitched for the Texas Rangers. He's a lefty specialist. I don't believe that he is what you would call a major league addition. Hobie Milner's career numbers by season this year with the Texas Rangers, he was 3-4 with a 3.84 ERA, a 127 whip, which isn't great, 70 innings, 58 Ks, so not a strikeout guy, 21 walks. He's okay. He blew 4 saves. He's just, you didn't pay much, and that's what you get. When you are buying a $3 million center like the Bears did last year with Coleman Shelton, he played like a $3 million center. Don't be mad at him, and don't be mad at Hobie Milner if he gets lit up, because you're not paying a lot, and Hobie Milner is not a guy where you go, here comes Jackson Churio. You better get this guy out in the NLDS. That's not who this guy is. You shop at the dollar store, you get dollar store merchandise. That's a fact. Godfather, are you going to be at the Cub convention singing Go Cubs Go with the rest of the Ricketts relatives? I haven't been to the Cubs convention since I left TV and we stopped doing their games. So, no, Godfather, I will not be at the Cubs convention. Clyde Wu says Ricketts is cheap. I'm trending to be right there with you. I'm giving them a little bit of time to see what they do in January, period. That is it. In January, toward the end of the month, when Jed heads out to Arizona, and then the 15th of February or 14th, right around there is when they start spring training workouts. I'll judge their roster then. I'm not going to judge it today on the 11th of December. I'm going to judge it at the end of basically the addition period where you put team players on your roster, where you add talent. I'll judge it then. But right now, it's certainly not trending in a direction that I think is apropos for a team with the revenues that the Chicago National League Ball Club has. I think it's bullshit, to be honest with you. Hawaii Profile says, aloha from Honolulu. Cap, have you thought about getting a Walter White hat? I have not. It's a good idea, but I have not. I'm more a baseball hat guy, or in the winter, like today, here's what I wore on the radio today. It's been cold, so I had my Chicago Bears salute to service military hat on right there. Got all the salute to service stuff on it. So, yeah, this was my hat today on the radio. Let's go back to our comments. Terry E says, hopefully the O-line can keep Garrett Miles away from Caleb this Sunday. Yeah, that's their job, and they better get it done. And you know how you do that? You run the damn ball right at those guys. You do not get behind because you turned it over. You do not get behind and go, son of a bitch, now we're 14 in the hole. They've got a 10-point lead. We better start throwing, because that's when Myles Garrett tees off. And when you tee off, that's when bad things happen. So just find a way to win a football game. That's it. Get to 10-4. Figure it out. Nathan, Cubs aren't settlers. They're damn undertakers, digging their own grave and attending their own funeral. Embarrassing. Nathan, repeat after me. I will reserve judgment on a final look at the roster until the signing period is basically over and all the good players are gone. They're going to get into January. There are going to be plenty of guys out there. Like Framber Valdez is still out there. Imai, the kid from Japan, the pitcher, he's still out there. I'm not going to pass final judgment until all these good players are off the board, and then the Cubs have done nothing. I will light their ass up better than anyone's ever done it. I promise you that. Because right now, it's trending toward bullshit category. James says, I don't think 11-6 talk takes us to the playoffs. Do you agree? I do not. I said that there might be a team, in the NFC that does not get in the playoffs with 11 wins. Ben Johnson thinks 11 gets you in. It depends. I mean, can you tell me that Detroit wins in LA this weekend? Can you tell me Green Bay wins in Denver this weekend? I've got to see what happens. Like the Eagles are going to get in, even though they're not playing well, because the Eagles are in the NFC East and they've got Washington, Dallas, and the Giants, who are all bad football teams. Dallas is okay. The other two are terrible. So they're going to win that by default. But out west, you've got San Francisco, Seattle, and the Rams, who all look like they're going to the playoffs. It's like last year in the NFC North. So we'll see where this whole thing goes. What else do we have up here, Katie? Man, I'm old. I need these glasses. Randy says, Cap, if you were GM, would you trade for Anthony Davis? Not a freaking chance I would trade for Anthony Davis. Not a freaking chance. Why would I want street clothes Davis here? Explain that to me. That guy's in street clothes more than he's in a uniform. He's 32 years of age. He's had a great career. He's a wonderfully talented cat. I'm going to assume over $100 million in salary liability, and am I going to win with him? Absolutely not. So the answer is no. I would not trade for Anthony Davis. Period. End of story. Terry says, forget about not sending your sons to Michigan to play. I wouldn't want my daughter going there at this point either. Coaches hacking into co-eds phones is beyond creepy. Yeah, he's going to trial, that coach. We'll find out what the Outcome is it true? Is it not true? But we'll see. Toss says, is it rock time in Chicago? It certainly sounds like whatever his last name is, Rock Chanowski, whatever it is. The kid from UCLA is going to go number one in the MLB draft, and the White Sox very fortunate to win that lottery. I think that's super cool for the White Sox. We'll see, but they're going to absolutely follow his senior or junior season. I think he's going to be a junior, and then they'll see how his medicals are. There's a lot of work to be done. He's certainly the leading candidate to get that opportunity. Couple more before we get out of here. Worst Bulls head coach, Tim Floyd or Jim Boylan? That's easy. That's Jim Boylan. Tim Floyd was a good basketball coach. He had a horrible roster. Jim Boylan, not so much. It was off the rails when he was here. Let's take one more. Fred says, Hoyer Ricketts, cheap big market team acting like a small market team. To this point, Fred, you're 100% correct. That's a fact. That's a fact. You want to change the narrative, Cubs? Do something. Get the moths out of your pockets and allow some frickin' spending on some good players. There's a lot of guys still left. Go make something happen. Hey, Guff will be back tomorrow, and we appreciate you greatly. I've had a lot of fun doing this the last couple days, and maybe someday I'll come in there and elbow Ryan in the side of the head, knock him down, and I'll take over. What do you think, Katie?
Sounds good. I've had fun too.
Huh?
I said I've had fun too.
Yeah, it's been great working with Katie. She's been awesome the last couple days, just knocking it out of the park. And then make sure you catch all our recaps. Bulls are back to work tomorrow night. And then, of course, Bears recap on Sunday. And then Tuesday, January 6th is our next remote Hooters show at Hooters O'Hare, January the 6th. This Tuesday, we'll be here, of course, on the channel with Olin and with Tommy Waddle reviewing the Browns, looking ahead to round 2 with the Green Bay Packers. Happy holidays. Go help Katie with her shopping. It's a little frustrating for her. There you go. Have a great rest of your day. Guff will be back tomorrow. Appreciate you greatly. Take that.
Take that.
Bye, Katie.